Cancers, what's up? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. We're going to read your tarot cards. These will be general messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, roughly for the month of June. Anyone and everyone is welcome into this reading. I just ask you come in with an open heart, with an open mind, and take away only what resonates with you, what motivates you, empowers you, inspires you. That's what I'm looking to do here on my channel today. If you're not feeling that way, it might not be your message. It may not have arrived at a time where it does resonate, so feel free to check back in the future. Yeah, and other than that, let's try and have some fun. Let's read your tarot cards. And thanks for your patience. I took like a little 2-week hiatus, which was only supposed to be 1 week. But long story short, that solar eclipse, guys, am I right? Anyone else feeling drained? Today's like the first day my energy is back to normal. So anyway, here we go. Chitter chatter, that's me. You guys know the drill. But anyway, I hope this video finds you well, Cancer. And happy early birthday, most importantly, to all my Cancer babes out there. Team Cancer. All right, here we go. What's coming in for Cancer? Ooh, great way to start. Knight of Cups. What a cool card too. I love that. I think it's a cool depiction. Knights always bring change and movement into our life, Cancer. Knight of Cups typically brings offers that are either lucrative, if money is an energy, a currency, right? The energy flow, if you will. It could be a job offer. It could also be a romantic offer. To be honest, the romantic offer is sort of what's coming through here to me. This actually feels like someone who you guys may still be friends at this point, but they are considering either bringing it to the next level or just like asking you out on a date. It might be someone who you have like almost like a I don't know when I use the word soulmate, that's such a heavy term, but like a soul connection with. There's just like an emotional understanding between you guys. I see you guys hanging out a lot more, and it could potentially turn romantic. And for some of you, it's just you're hanging out with a friend who they're sort of making the history books of one of like your best friends. It's like you forge some sort of connection or friendship that is going to continue to grow for at least for the next several months. Let's see. Tell me more about this, please. Might be a water sign for that matter. A Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. 2 of Cups. Beautiful. That's what I mean. There's just like this unspoken connection. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is reminding me of Bridesmaids. I know this is so stupid, but these are the messages I get if you're new to my channel. I get random messages about movies. So, do you know that really stupid speech Kristen Wiig makes when she's like, she's trying to outdo or one-up the other lady giving a speech at like the engagement party, and she's like, I don't even have to say any words. I can just look at you with that look. And like she gives this like really awkward look. There's something about like there's an unspoken connection here, and it's almost a little bit silly. It's like you guys can make each other laugh with just a look. I don't know why that's coming up, but for some of you who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's kind of silly. It's like it's very psychic. It's an unspoken connection, and yeah, it's done through like your energy, and I mean I guess yes with looks. And it may come out of nowhere. This connection, for some of you, you have like a new work bestie, especially a female counterpart for that matter. Others of you, this is a romantic connection, and it may actually be, I just heard it hits you like a ton of bricks. So be careful, be cautious, and the only reason I say that is this feels like you fall for this person very quickly. So just be cognizant of that, right? I know we all kind of have to learn our spiritual karmic lessons about that. And so far, the vibe is actually lovely, but I guess it's just saying with the Tower, which is, we have to remember, is connected to Mars. So there's a lot of sexual energy here. But with the Tower, it can sometimes be sort of like a warning of like, this could go south very quickly if you don't keep your emotions in check, if you don't practice good emotional intelligence and healthy boundaries for that matter. Mars, I believe, is in Leo right now, so that for every zodiac sign, there's a lot of kind of extra sexual energy in the air, and so I'm going to be honest, Cancer, I mean, if this is a romantic connection, it seems like it starts off pretty hot and heavy, especially with a water sign or possibly an Aries. Double down on the Scorpio. Scorpio's a water sign, very much connected to that Mars energy. Interesting. Why the 7 of Wands? So you have a couple aces coming through here, which are great. It's funny because I'm getting sort of like head over heels. Like you fall very quickly in love or start developing feelings in this relationship very fast. And yet there's the Seven of Wands. So that's sometimes a need to set healthier boundaries, or it can be someone being a little bit defensive. I think for most of you, this is questioning the other person's intentions very quickly. I want to throw one on this Knight of Cups. For a lot of you, I think, and I say this to you guys a lot, and like I hope you guys know, I try to read these very, genuinely with authenticity, but I do feel like there's this suspicion of, is this too good to be true? Like it starts off beautiful, and then immediately you may sort of have some stress or some trauma of the past, of trust issues, where maybe you got involved with someone and it, for one reason or another, it could be bringing back memories of a Tower moment, and so all is good, and then you get all caught up in your head and you start to withdraw. And I think it confuses this person, because up until that point, it's all like fun and beautiful, kind of flirtatious, loving energy. I want to throw just one more on this Knight of Cups. Because there's a side of you that can be a little bit intimidating, Cancer, to this person. I'm almost getting something like a drill sergeant. Like, this starts off really nice and fun and delicious, which is exactly how a new relationship should be. It shouldn't be riddled with anxiety right out the get-go. I think there's something about, like, the deeper you get into this, you want answers. Again, almost like a drill sergeant. Like, drop me, give me 20. Where are you at? How long are we going to be together? Like, you're wanting answers too fast. You're expecting too much out of this. And the thing is, it's not because you're trying to be demanding, or it comes from a place of not wanting to get burned. Because a lot of you deep down, and I never mean to offend, so please just, take this with a grain of salt. A lot of you, I think, in sort of your shadow side energy, you question whether you deserve this, because it feels like some of you maybe haven't had a connection this strong ever, or in a very long time. So there's a part of you that's like, these type of things don't happen to me. What is this? And so I think this is self-destructive behavior, or self-undoing, if that makes any sense. Because the cards surrounding this are really great. I see you guys like cooking together and being very kind of like flirtatious. Like, I don't know if you're making dinner together at their place or this or that. And it seems fun. It seems very lighthearted. But I think the connection is so strong, it like scares you a lot. And so you might, I don't know how else to describe it other than you start to get very defensive because you anticipate the worst. It's almost like you're just waiting for this person to pull the ripcord and to dip out on you. You assume that they're going to leave, and it's almost like you want to beat them to the punch. Cancer, don't block your blessings. Give me one on this Knight of Cups. Temperance. It might be a Sagittarius. It might be a Pisces. And the Chariot. It might be another Cancer. Healing and victory. A lot of you've done a tremendous amount of healing work, and so understandably, there's clearly still a little bit of triggers that come up here. But what's interesting is that the triggers come up for a lot of my Cancers when there's actually good stuff around. So again, that it's really shedding light for you to really question why you're running scared, or why you're on the defense, or why you're assuming everything is going to go wrong. Because when this Tower card first came out, I maintain the fact, I don't think this is bad. I think this is kaboom. I just got hit with a lot of feelings because I just connected to this person, and it feels very storybook or rom-com. Like, oh, we talked all night and it was incredible and this and that. That feels like this Tower of like struck by lightning. It's magic. It's sexual energy, whatever it is. But I think it's rooted in a deeper substance than that, in the Ace of Cups. Just watch that you're not blocking your blessings. Watch that you are not jumping to conclusions before there's any factual evidence here. Because, yeah, there's no swords. You may be leaning very heavily into the emotions, and initially that's great. But then, I don't know, I just get that you start envisioning worst case scenarios, and that's where you're gonna block your blessings. You're right to not go all in on this. You're right to maintain some healthy boundaries, but that doesn't mean you need to close yourself off entirely to this person who, to be honest, their intentions seem good. This feels like something that could grow. Yeah, I see you guys doing like your typical dating stuff. Like you cook dinner together, you go to the beach together, you go to the park, you go to the, I don't know, like I see like things you would hope for in a relationship. Some of you, there's this dread or this anticipation that this person is going to do to you what your ex did to you. They're going to leave you high and dry. They're going to abandon you. And you're going to be holding on to them while this person has already moved on to someone else. That is you projecting a past scenario onto the future. You don't need to do that. A lot of you feel, I don't mean to go all sad, but I kind of have to talk you through this because I think this is a major concern, right? A lot of you feel like you got the carpet, swept out from under you, and it took you a long time to rebuild your stability, whether that's mental health, emotional health, financial health. I don't know, for some of you, maybe I don't know why that would be, but maybe your finances took a big dip when that divorce or relationship ended. For a lot of you, again, I get it. You're right to protect what you have so that you don't get played, so that you don't get used, so that you don't get burned again. But Spirit is saying to me, this is a really lovely connection, so enjoy it. Until you have factual evidence and reason to believe that this person doesn't have good intentions, which I'll be honest, I think they do, don't block your blessings, Cancer. You think about this person a lot at work and vice versa. I don't know if you met at work. It could be a connection you make in a workplace. But it's like when you're not together, you're thinking about each other. Okay, I think I see what this is too. I don't even know if I want to go here because I want you so much to invest in this new connection because it seems healthy. And I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm just the messenger, so it's not up to me to decide if this is, where I should censor it. But there's definitely a story of an ex, and I mean, Mercury in retrograde is happening. So it's possible some of you may hear from the person who abandoned you. But I guess I'm going to say this. The mere fact that all this energy of being hurt and wounded and defensive and how this person essentially really fucked you up because you felt used and taken advantage of. For those of you who are still romanticizing your ex and holding on to them, hoping they come back to you, the thing is, some of you that may happen, but I think you're missing the whole point here of, but do you know, like, as we were saying, how much work and effort you had to put in yourself to sort of rebuild who you were and detach from that person who, they jumped ship. They left you high and dry. You've ascended tremendously. You've moved on and found a lot of clarity about yourself and about healthy relationships. I do think there's still little triggers that you're human, Cancer, right? You're still learning and growing, and healing is not always a linear process. There's peaks and valleys. There may be someone who resurfaces in your life that at one point in time you were hoping for, but I think it happens during or after this new connection, and it's a spiritual test of, are you going to block off this new connection that seems really light and beautiful and wonderful? Because, again, you're assuming it's all going to go to shit anyways, so why not go back to your ex and try it? Like, I don't know. I think, I'm going to be honest, too. I see this person who sort of dipped out on you, and maybe, I just keep hearing they jumped ship. Like, maybe unexpectedly. I think they see you in this new connection doing really well, and even more so effed up. That's what makes them want to reach out and connect with you, because they don't want, this sounds really harsh, but it's like they don't want you to be happy with someone else. They prefer it when you're pining after them, and they know it. And I think energetically, even if you're not posting this on social media or whatever, energetically they feel that you've severed the tie, or that sort of, what's the word for it? There's like an emotional attachment, but it's energy, right? It's not like a physical thing. It's this person feels you holding on to them. And so when you finally let go completely, because you've started to invest more in yourself, first and foremost, most important, and also possibly start to invest in this new connection that, again, it hits you like a lightning bolt. It's very intense. It's very powerful. They feel that, and so that it's almost like they see that as an open door to try and win you back, but their timing is terrible. But also it's very manipulative in a way that comes off as, it's just so easy for them. They just strut back into your life, right? But they don't understand that by doing that, they completely undo everything that you've had to work towards, everything that you've had to build. That's the message. I mean, certainly this isn't going to be everyone's message, but that's why I was hesitating with this whole, okay, I see why there's two people showing up here in addition to you, because there is X energy showing up. And I understand why, because it's coming up in a form of, hey, let's just acknowledge how far Cancer has come from that, and all the work and energy they've put into themselves and living a healthier life and seeking out strong romantic connections. You've earned this, right? Because you love yourself. You don't lack self-love. You have a cup full of love. So you're in a good place to find a good match, to find a good person to connect with, who also radiates self-love and has a full cup of love to give, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. I like that. This Tower moment could also indicate that when you're in kind of the throes of new love, that's when this person comes back in to be like, oh, hey, remember me, the one who treated you like shit and abandoned you? I'm back. I think you should keep moving on. And here's the thing. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but this new connection looks really great. Aside from, again, you maybe being too up in your head about the anticipation of dread and anticipating that they're just going to up and leave you. That's what this person did. So at bare minimum, can we please not put them on a pedestal, Cancer? That's all I'm here to say. That's all I'm here to say. And guy or girl, right? It's depicted in a more masculine way, but you know what? If you're interested in women, this could easily be that X. They robbed you of something. I don't know. And for some of you, it literally is like they took money from you. And more than anything, the emotions that you invested in this person, they took advantage of it and then they ran. And all this indicates to me you had to work through, I would even call it like some trauma. You had some heavy stuff to work through and heal. And so the fact that some of you, I'm not even saying this is conscious, but the fact that some of you, when a new relationship comes along, you either self-sabotage or just have this feeling of, I don't deserve this, or this type of stuff never happens to me, I don't deserve it. Really? Really? Because this looks like you've done a lot of work, and that the universe is purposely aligning you to this person so that you can see what a real healthy connection looks like after months or years of healing and rebuilding, right? Maybe that's why Temperance was showing. Archangel Michael, the angel of love, but it is a card of healing and wellness. Maybe you had to take, a spot on the bleachers, step out of the game for a minute just to catch your breath and focus on yourself. And it seems like you did, right? You've made a lot of healthy strides, so I don't know. I don't think you need to second guess this new connection. I think you need to enjoy it for what it is and not be so forward thinking of what could go wrong, or needing to put a label on everything and understand exactly what it is. I'm not saying you have to tolerate games or kind of this loosey-goosey, are we or aren't we? No, you can ask what you need from this relationship, but live in the now, live in the moment. These cards look so freaking happy, Cancer. I really like this. The stuff tied to this, I think an X, unless you have two connections at once, this one doesn't seem healthy. This seems like you're holding on to everything, just trying to keep it together. I don't think that's your story anymore. And if it is, I would even offer, then you're in the stage where you need to climb higher. You need to aim higher and seek out better relationships that don't keep you hidden or in the darkness, or that don't kind of use you and take advantage of you. It's so funny, the duality of this reading in Gemini season, no less. Maybe that has to do with your shadow side and then your light worker side or something like that. You have to come from a place of darkness to understand just how much better it can get, and that's what this is. I'm just going to leave you with that, Cancer. That looks really awesome. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be Cancer season soon. So the mere fact that the sun will be in Cancer, there's a highlight in that point in your life. And there's going to be, especially for my Cancer risings, there's a full moon in your 7th house. If your 7th house is Capricorn, right? There may be interceptions. It may be complex for some of you. But if you're a Cancer rising, there's a high probability, in whole sign astrology, that your 7th house is ruled by Capricorn. So there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn in your 7th house of relationships, long-term partnerships, contracts, marriages. In which case something's going to come to a culmination or an ending. But again, that could be an old cycle of a relationship, which may actually usher in a beautiful new blessing, right? Hence why there could be an ex that comes back, and it truly is a test. It truly is a challenge, right? But I think you're gonna, I think you're gonna crush it, Cancer. Forewarned is forearmed. So again, don't let that person kind of disturb your mental peace, because it does seem like a lot of you have found clarity now. It's a few more hikes up the mountain to kind of get to see whatever this is. But it comes in fast. It comes in pretty swift. It almost knocks you off your feet. So again, practice emotional intelligence. All right, Cancer, that's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers, Gemini season. Choices, options, decisions. My Cancers always get that. Remember to like the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you would be so kind. And I will see you next time for more tarot. Bye.